Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hi everyone and welcome to episode 141 of Total Retail Talks. In today's episode, Editor-in-Chief Melissa Campanelli sits down with Rachel Blumenthal, founder and CEO of Rockets of Awesome. Listen in as they discuss subscription commerce, company culture, and the future of Rockets of Awesome. All recorded live at this year's New York Retail Roundtable dinner. And now, on to the show.
So we have a great person that's going to be speaking with me. It's Rachel Blumenthal. She's the founder and CEO of Rockets of Awesome. And if you guys don't know, it's a company that helps parents, gives parents a simpler and smarter way to shop for high quality children's clothing. So let's take it away.
Yeah, so I started my career at Yves Saint Laurent in PR and celebrity dressing. And I was working in an environment that was really creative, but my role was not creative, and I'm very much a left brain, right brain kind of person. And so I would, do my job every night and be there till like 11 p.m. And on the weekend, one weekend, I made a ring and was wearing it at work. And my editors from Lucky Magazine, who I was working with, saw it and decided to feature me as a designer. And I wasn't a designer. I'd never designed a piece of jewelry before. I was an economics major in college. But I was creative, I guess. And that feature in Lucky Magazine led to a feature in Daily Candy, which ultimately led to me setting up shop in my living room and launching my first business at about 24. And it was never something I intended to do. If you would ask me back then, I was the most risk-adverse person. I was going to climb the ladder and go to business school and maybe be the president of a company someday. And now, many, many, many years later, I am now on my third company. So I think I'm a masochist in many ways, but I really love it. And so along the way, I built and ran a fashion jewelry company for 8 years. We were in about 500 retailers worldwide. Did private label for American Eagle, Target, and J. Crew, and I licensed that business about 6 years ago. I worked really closely with the founders at Warby Parker. My husband's one of the founders, on the early plans, the marketing strategy, the go-to-market plan, the brand, designing the first couple collections with them in China. And then I launched a business called Cricket Circle, which was really my first foray into the tech and startup world. And I was really fascinated with how technology can solve problems and just how the industry moves faster, thinks outside the box, doesn't believe there are no limitations in the startup world, which I really liked. And launched a business called Cricket Circle, which was the Cliff Notes for what to buy when you have a baby. So 3 great products in every category. And out of building that business and that community, we saw the opportunity to build Rockets of Awesome, which we launched about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. I know that sort of the genesis of Rockets of Awesome was that Crickets Club. So what was it? We always talk about white space in our company, sort of, what's the white space out there that you could build upon that's needed in the industry? I mean, there's so many children's clothing companies and subscription companies. So what did you find from working with Cricket Circle or Crickets Club that you thought there was a white space for?
There's no need in the world for another fashion brand, and there's no need in the world for another subscription business, both of which we are. So we really always, what we learned at Cricket Circle was that it's all about the customer. And what we recognized was that there were all of these amazing, innovative businesses, whether it be Warby or Casper or Harry's on the razor side, that had identified a problem and was solving it and really delivering exceptional customer service and great value to customers. And what was glaring to us is that parents were the busiest of all consumers, and nobody was making their life easier. And Cricket Circle was really grounded in being a solution for parents and doing the work for them. And that really evolved to Rockets of Awesome, where we recognized that still nobody was making parents' lives easier, and that kids were growing so frequently. So if you have kids here, you know that they grow very quickly. Every season I'm replacing an entire dresser full of clothes. It was mind-blowing the first couple of years. And it's a need-based purchase. I don't have a choice, and it's really time-consuming and expensive. And I am always really behind, so my kids' pants are always like 3 inches too short, and the shirts are crop tops. And I was like, why can't somebody predict this? Why can't you use technology to understand customers' preferences, predict when they're going to need new clothes, and put those products in their home and really deliver a service and a value?
Great. So how long has the company been in existence?
So we launched 1.5 years ago. And so Rockets of Awesome is a personal shopping service and vertical apparel brand for kids' clothes. We did not mean to be a subscription. I'm really allergic to trendy business models. But what we recognized, again, was that how are we going to be a service? How are we going to make customers' lives easier? It was mirroring existing behavior and making it easier for them. And so they were already shopping 4 times a year. We wanted to do the work for them. We didn't want, mom or dad to realize the pants were too short and have to go shopping. We wanted to put the clothes in their house before they thought about it. And so it worked sort of really naturally with being a reoccurring delivery into the home. And the way that works is that our customers create a profile on our site. They tell us every preference of their kids. Everything from, favorite colors they hate, doesn't wear graphics, won't wear buttons, and so forth. And with that information, we're able to leverage the technology and the algorithms that we've built to personally assort a box and deliver it to our customer. No 2 boxes are the same. It truly is driven by data science. And we are designing and manufacturing our own brand of apparel. Sizes 3 to 12. Price points aligned with a Gap or a Zara, but the quality is much nicer. It's more aligned with like a J. Crew or some of the European brands.
I didn't realize that you actually manufacture the clothes too. That's really...
Do it all.
So a lot of the folks in the audience today are probably in the digital marketing sort of e-commerce space. So can you talk a little bit about sort of who your core audience is and what techniques you use to market to them and promote the company to them?
Yeah. So it's a $45 billion market in the U.S. alone, and our price point and our positioning is really, really geared at being able to serve most. So we're generally targeting a customer of a household income of 100,000 plus. It's typically moms. I think 93% of our customers are moms, and they're generally in their 30s. That being said, that's a massive range of customers, and as we've created sort of our strategies for marketing, we've really wanted to hone in and be very focused. And what we've recognized is that, yes, we could go out into the world and we could try to acquire every single mom that looks like that, or we could really focus on who is our core customer, who wants the service, and who's like dying and desperate for the service. So today, we really focus our marketing efforts on people that hate shopping or don't have time to shop. If you love to shop, we don't really pay attention to you right now because we'll get to you later or you'll find us somehow. But again, for us, it was really identifying how do we sort of like simplify our process and be really laser focused and gear our efforts towards our core customer and who we're going to really blow away and be an evangelist for the brand.
Sure. The other thing I wanted to talk about was obviously technology is a huge part of your business. Could you talk a little bit about some technology or innovation trends that you're tracking right now at the company?
Yeah, so everything that we do is geared in, custom technology that we've built as well as the algorithms. And, I would say that probably the data science is the most unique and the most proprietary for us. It really drives every single thing that we do. We're entirely a data-first company. We're customer first and then data first. I was talking to a data scientist today who was interviewing, and he was like, I'm so excited that everything you do is data oriented. I'm like, no. Everything we do is customer oriented. And we need the data to be able to do it. But, we're leveraging algorithms to be able to determine what our team designs, what we buy into, how we plan our inventory, how we decide which customers receive their boxes when, how we actually manage the inventory with the cycles of shipments. So it really is everything that we do every day. And because we have a reoccurring customer, because we have immediate recognition of how the customer's either reacting to a digital product feature that we've launched or a physical product that we've sent to them, we're really able to react really quickly. And all of the processes within the organization, from the supply chain to customer service to marketing, really have to be nimble to be able to respond to that.
Definitely. I'm going to jump ahead because you mentioned that you were speaking to a data scientist today. So what are some, I'm going to sort of go off topic a little bit, but what are some folks that what are some of your hiring tactics, and what kinds of folks are you looking to hire nowadays that you may not have in other retail jobs that you were at? I mean, is there like a different type of person that you're looking for, or sort of, do you have any tips or trends around that?
Yeah. So I think leveraging your network is the number one sort of trick, if you will. Leveraging investors and friends and other friends at other companies. Something that, sort of a network of CEOs and I are trying to do is also share resumes between CEOs. So if we're all trying to hire, an engineer or someone on a marketing team, we're probably looking for nuances in a candidate, but if we meet great people that just aren't right for us, sharing them with other companies, because why not?
Right.
Really
That's a great idea.
Pay it forward.
Right.
When looking for candidates, I'm always looking for people that are really creative and think outside the box in their thinking, that are tremendously strategic and really passionate about what we're doing. I think that for us as an early stage startup that's growing quickly and is running, an apparel supply chain, those roles tend to be harder to hire for us,
Right.
because we want people that are best in class, that come from, every brand that you can think of, but we actually don't want them to think or behave the way that they're used to. And so we're trying to learn from what they know, because I've never done apparel before, so they know way more than I do, and way more than our other team members do. But I'm really forcing them to think differently. I'm forcing them to not think like we're the Gap, because we don't have the team, we don't have the orders yet, and really think in a much more creative, nimble manner.
It's so interesting. I love to hear about how companies think about hiring. I just think it's fascinating. Okay, I'm just going to sort of jump ahead. Let's talk about your favorite quote. Do you have a favorite quote?
Yeah, fake it till you make it. Because I'm like faking it every day, and I encourage my team to fake it every day. And I think that, I think every role that I've taken, I've never done before, never had experience, and I always say that being naive is a really great strength. So knowing what you're going after and just like fighting as hard as possible to get there.
Right. Great, love it. And then lastly, so what's next I have another question, I'm sorry. Tell us about the name, Rockets of Awesome.
Yeah.
That was actually going to be my first question.
So the mission of the business is to simplify and celebrate real life with kids. And what that means is to deliver services and solutions to parents, make their lives easier, and to really give them the tools and the permission and sort of like the moments in their lives to celebrate real life with kids, which is sometimes really messy. Your kid is like having a temper tantrum in the middle of the street, and we really want to encourage them, like, what are you going to do? You're going to yell at them, or you're just going to stand there and like make fun of them, right? You should make fun of them. And those moments when they're like dumping sprinkles on ice cream and the whole jar explodes and all the sprinkles, fall out, instead of yelling at them, like, get in there and eat the sprinkles with them.
Right.
So that's what our brand is about, and having a really clear mission and a point of view of who we were and who we were serving and why we existed helped us get to the name, which was that we knew the name had to be really confident. We really wanted to celebrate this magical, unpredictable confidence that kids have. Kids are like really weird, and they're quirky, and they're awkward, and they don't know it. There's like a threshold in which they have no idea, and that confidence is such magic in a bottle that we're always trying to capture. And so Rockets of Awesome has no space reference, no rocket reference. It really references the spirit, and so we say the kids are Rockets of Awesome.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. So finally, what's next for Rockets of Awesome in this year, maybe the next few years? What are your goals or plans?
Yeah, so for us, just really, we're really focused on growth right now. We focused really on like the health of the business and unit economics last year, and this year's all about growth for us. We really think about again, delivering exceptional customer experiences and making sure that, as we talk about the evolution of retail and is retail dead and, brick and mortar's dead, it's not. It's definitely not. And for us, it's really about how do we create experiences to meet the customer where they want to be met. So, you can shop in your home right now. You can shop you can text us and shop. You can shop online. But ultimately, we'll build out, experience, community-driven retail experiences, brick and mortar experiences for our customers, where they can really immerse themselves in what we stand for and the brand and have, a much more three-dimensional experience with Rockets.
So you're thinking of opening up stores or pop-up shops?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Well, I think that's probably all we
you.
have time for. But thank you so much,
Thank
Rachel.
you.
It was great to talk to you.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, be sure to visit our podcast channel page at www.mytotalretail.com/podcast for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher, but be sure to subscribe to our podcast channel page as well. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.